Okay, so I came across a story earlier today that seriously gave me pause, both from Judicial Watch, which I think was the originator of the story, and the Midas Touch, two different political spectrums on both sides of the aisle. So I'm going to go ahead and basically read what they had to say. It's essentially the same thing, but it's highly curious, I would say. Newly released FBI records. A Butler County Sheriff's deputy exchanged emails with Thomas Crooks before the July 13, 2024 assassination attempt against Donald Trump, according to documents obtained by the Conservative Judicial Watch through a FOIA lawsuit. The newly released FBI records show the deputy told investigators she had 2 email communications with Crooks prior to the shooting. However, the FBI heavily redacted the records, leaving the subject matter of the emails and the nature of the interaction hidden from public view. The documents also reveal that after Crooks was killed, a SWAT officer reportedly searched his pocket and recovered a cell phone and a gray remote device. That's a quotation from the officer, with numerical push buttons and an antenna. An emergency responder told investigators that explosive ordnance personnel later arrived to inspect the device after it was recovered from the scene. The record raises new questions about Crooks' contact before the attack and why key details remain redacted nearly 2 years later. Judicial Watch says its lawsuit seeking additional FBI records related to the Butler shooting remains ongoing. And that's just the thing. I mean, the whole thing is weird. Like, if he was calling law enforcement to let them know or to warn them, then they sure did a horrible job. But why else would he be contacting law enforcement? And that's the hinky part, too, because Joe Biden was president when this happened. So Joe Biden had some dominion over Secret Service. So you would think if Joe Biden had dropped the ball, Donald Trump wouldn't be able to shut up about it because he's always airing grievances. So, I don't know. This whole thing is weird. I'm saying stuff, but I'm not saying it. Also, another weird thing about Thomas Crooks, and some of you probably already know this, was that he appeared in a BlackRock ad, like about a couple years before the actual shooting.
My name is Brian DeLallo. I teach AP and Honors Economics.
There he is, taking notes.
Financial well-being to
Wonder
me
what he's
is
taking notes
knowing
about.
that I can be free to do the
That's
things
not
that I
him.
love to do. I hope when I retire someday, they say that guy made this place a special place to come to school.
There he is.
Gave as much as he could.
Unmistakable. It's a movie star, folks. A commercial star.
Matthew Crooks. The ad is from 2023. What in the world is going on? Leave a comment below and hit that subscribe button.
The comments are also kind of interesting. BlackRock removed this ad. Internet lives forever, though. We can put a man on the moon, but somehow this ad was hard to find. He was in a BlackRock commercial is all I need to know. The commercial was made in 2023 with a 2003 camera. Time travel, anyone? And he kind of looks like he's from 2003, the kid anyway. Of course, some high school kids just kind of look timeless, like they could be anywhere from the 70s on up. Or not the 70s, sorry, the 80s, I mean. The fact that BlackRock had anything to do with the teaching of youngsters is a huge red flag. And one of the telling ones, anyone else feel like this was another MK Ultra scenario? And that's just the thing. I mean, kind of like the Epstein kids, you know, he looks like he could have been a loner. He looks like he could have been awkward. He was probably an easy target. In some stances, basically, you hear the story that his parents were conservatives, Trump supporters, and he seemed a little more apolitical, but also on the conservative side. But not that that would really matter with the MK Ultra thing. And frankly, I believe the lone shooter MK Ultra theory that David Icke used to propose much more than I believe like everybody's like an actor and it's a staged performance. I don't believe that. That's too many people. They would have to keep controlled, and you can't herd cats like that. And also, it also kind of starts to blame the victims too, like, oh, those aren't real victims, those were just actors. And I always hated that aspect of it. Anyway, let me know what you think, let me know what you know, and peace out.